On the evening of Friday, 28th of November 2025, President Emmerson Mnangagwa theatrically removed his trademark flag-colored scarf during the Angel of Hope Foundation's annual Christmas fundraising dinner at State House and put it up for auction. Businessman Wicknell Chivhayo won a heated bidding war with a final offer of $600,000 after competitive bids that reportedly included FS Mining, $250,000, and a playful $500,000 intervention by Collins Mnangagwa, the president's son. The proceeds were for the First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa's charity. Multiple Zimbabwe outlets reported the same sequence and figures, noting that the bid came just 48 hours after Chivhayo pledged $1 million to his former primary school for dormitories to be named after the first couple. Coverage emphasized the spectacle and the rapid escalation of bids, as well as the optics of a signature presidential accessory turned into a high-value charity item in a room packed with business elites. Mnangagwa's scarf, bearing the colors of Zimbabwe's flag, has functioned as deliberate political branding since 2017, projecting patriotism and a new dispensation identity while co-opting the flag symbolism popularized by the Shot at This Flag movement. Analysts argue the scarf communicates unity and state continuity, but critics see it as a badge of loyalty to the president's faction inside ZANU-PF, not a neutral national emblem. Commentators and reporting have noted pushback. For example, controversy around its presence in parliamentary spaces and debates about whether it has crossed into partisan regalia. Mnangagwa himself has framed the scarf as a personal expression of patriotism. "I decided to wear my flag because I love my country," a message amplified by government communicators. Seen through that lens, auctioning the scarf is not merely fundraising theater. It becomes a symbolic ritual inviting elites to publicly invest in the presidential brand, precisely what makes the $600,000 price politically resonant. Zimbabwe's recent political economy features conspicuous philanthropy by politically connected business figures, cars, cash, and luxury items gifted to party structures and influencers, often read as patronage that reinforces loyalty networks. Editorials and reports describe these gifts as part of a system that buys compliance, especially around contentious agendas like extending Mnangagwa's tenure beyond 2028. Culture and media reporting add that celebrity patronage, lavish gifts to entertainers and online influencers, helps shape narratives and silence dissent, functioning as strategic investments in soft power rather than mere generosity. Academic work on Zimbabwe's neo-patrimonial dynamics and political entrepreneurship situates these practices in longer traditions of resource distribution for hegemony, where private benefactors and political entrepreneurs mediate access to state and party power. Against this backdrop, a charity auction for the president's scarf becomes a particularly potent spectacle. It fuses civic virtue, charity, with performative allegiance, blurring philanthropy and political signaling in a single headline-grabbing moment. This isn't the first time a Mnangagwa scarf has fetched a hefty sum. In June 2019, fuel tycoon Kudakwashe Tagwirei bought the president's signed scarf at a Warriors fundraising dinner for around RTG's $200,000, cited as $33,000 in some reporting, and in other coverage as $250,000, illustrating both currency confusion at the time and the spectacle's early form. Tagwirei's broader profile matters. He is sanctioned by the US Treasury, OFAS, for leveraging political ties to secure state contracts and access to hard currency. Investigative reporting by OCCRP details his partnership with Trafigura and alleged state capture dynamics, while African business media has chronicled his outsized funding of ruling party events. That earlier scarf auction thus sits within a continuum of high-value donations by elite patrons close to power. Seeing Chivhayo's 2025 bid alongside Tagwirei's 2019 bids highlights a ritualized pattern where the ED scarf becomes a recurring stage for performative loyalty. Zimbabwe's Anti-Corruption Framework, Prevention of Corruption Act, Criminal Law Codification, IZACC and related instruments, criminalizes bribery, facilitation payments, and corrupt gifts where there is an inducement linked to an official's duties or favor. The core test is quid pro quo, gifts as rewards or inducements for official acts from or toward an agent, a category that includes public officers. Zimbabwe also endorses UNPAC and AU SAIDC anti-corruption conventions, with local policy briefs noting persistent enforcement gaps despite formal commitments. Asset declaration regimes conceptually include gifts above thresholds to prevent conflicts of interest, though practical implementation and transparency remain debated. A charity auction is not on its face illegal. The proceeds go to a foundation and the auction is public. The legal question becomes whether such payments purchase access or favor. That is hard to prove without documented quid pro quo, but perceptions of influence can be strong. Chivhayo's wealth and public philanthropy sit alongside contentious deals and court battles. The long-running Gwanda Solar saga saw ZPC's attempt to terminate contracts contested. Parts of the litigation resulted in rulings unfavorable to ZPC, though social media claims about $33 million court-ordered payouts were officially debunked by ZISA and fact-checkers in 2024. Investigative media have also alleged Chivhayo's involvement in a murky $40 million tender with the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission tied to biometric kits and materials approved via the Office of the President and Cabinet with claims of inflated invoices, allegations he has not been criminally convicted for but which fuel public skepticism. These histories don't prove the scarf auction was illicit. They color perceptions. A striking donation immediately after such reporting can be read as reputational theater or loyalist signaling, even while benefiting a charitable cause. In short, Chivhayo's profile makes any large, conspicuous payment in a presidential orbit politically loaded, irrespective of legal compliance. Based on credible reporting, the scarf sale was a public charity auction with proceeds to the First Lady's foundation. No evidence has been produced that the $600,000 was an illicit transfer or a bribe linked to a specific official act. On the facts available, it looks like performative generosity that doubles as a loyalty signal, a high-profile investment in proximity to power and brand association. However, historical patterns matter. Previous scarf auctions, Tagwirei 2019, and broader patronage practices mean such gestures can lubricate access and favor informally. Allegations in public discourse about tender scandals and factional dossiers intensify suspicion, but they are not legal determinations. The most balanced reading is that this is political theater with governance implications. Lawful charity filtered through Zimbabwe's patronage optics, strengthening disclosure rules, clarifying gift charity boundaries, and enhancing procurement transparency would help ensure philanthropy does not blur into influence peddling. Thank you for watching, like, share, and subscribe.